Hey guys, we're live. It's Andy Bennett. This is the second happy half hour. We got a lot of fun stuff to do. I got a whole list of fun stuff to do here. First of all, I want to say thank you to our sponsor, which is Intox Detox. Full disclosure, I own Intox Detox. It's all natural, science-based hangover remedy products. We've got this one here, which is Happier Hours, the original formula. Take it before you drink, take another one before you go to bed, and you will feel a lot better than you should. This thing has saved my life so many times. We've got the new product, which is Better Tomorrows. You take this before you go to bed to help you rest and recover more completely. So if you don't have both, you just take Happier Hours both times. You'll feel great. If you have both, even better if you take this before you go to bed. My cocktail today has this incredible new product, which is called The Cure. It's actually a cocktail additive. You put it into your drinks. I'm going to share that recipe with you in just a moment here, but we got a lot of stuff to do, so let's work on that first. Also, I've got new interesting stuff about our chocolate bar, which is coming very soon. I'm going to show you some sneak peeks of the packaging. Super exciting stuff. I've been working on this for a long time. A lot of people tell me they don't like to take pills, so I'm putting it in your cocktails and I'm giving it to you in a chocolate bar. You're welcome. Why are we here? I don't know. I don't have the meaning of life, but the reason that we're here is because it's all COVID and staying home and virtual, and I miss going to live events, like talking to people, real people, with them breathing in my face, going to beer fest, wine fest, people telling me I'm a liar and my product can't possibly work, and I like to prove them wrong and hang out with them and share stories and cheers, drinks. So what we're doing is we're doing that virtually. But since no one wants to look at my face the whole time, I'm bringing on interesting guests. I'm going to have brewers, distillers, friends, influencers in the craft beer space, and people that we love to come on here and talk with us. So today I have two super interesting people who probably know more about me than anybody on the planet, which is very dangerous because if they have a couple too many drinks and they start telling the wrong stories, I don't know, I might leave here in handcuffs later. But so first, I want to introduce my good friend Donovan and my other good friend Kelly. Donovan is my brother from another mother. Kelly is my sister from the same mother, but not the same mother as Donovan. The same mother as me and the same father. She's just my regular sister. Okay. How are you guys doing? And thank you for coming.
Great, man. And so you just described our instead of the family tree, the family shrub.
Yeah. I think I set it on fire and peed on it.
What's up, Cal? I haven't seen you in a while.
I know. I think it's been maybe, a year since the last time I was in Pittsburgh or so?
I think so, yeah. Maybe already. Yeah.
Jim Poplowski is saying hi to you. I'm the only one who can see the chat, so I'm going to say hi.
Hi, Jim.
Yeah, so you guys talk amongst yourselves. I'll see you later. No, it's awesome to have you guys. I do have stuff to go ahead.
Don't abandon us.
Well, I mean, okay. So thank you for coming, guys. We're gonna have some fun. I've got some stuff I want to do. Let me look at my notes. Oh yeah. So first, I want to give the drink recipe that I'm drinking right now. So what are you guys drinking?
Ladies first.
Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir. Fancy stuff. What about you, Donovan?
We're going to give this a shake. We're going to go with the Jameson Cold Brew.
All right. I've never had such a thing. Neither
have I. I just want to add the caveat that it's not so fancy Pinot Noir. So.
Oh. Barefoot?
It is. It's the best. It's like
I like Barefoot. Yeah. Barefoot is good. Good for the price. I like they got the boxes of Barefoot now. I'm not above a box of wine. Hell no.
Whoa. Wait a minute. They make boxes of Barefoot now.
They do. Barefoot boxes.
I don't
You
drink
just like blew my mind.
Yeah, that's your new juice box. Just put a straw in it. Yeah.
That's what's
yeah,
going in my wine purse, you know?
I've done the Boda, I've done the hijinks. There's a lot of them. I can't lose track. You guys it's too easy to talk to you guys. I'm going to lose total track of what we're doing. Okay. So the drink is this, it's skinny margarita. And my skinny margarita has 1 gram of sugar in it. And I'm going to tell you how to do that. The first thing you have to do is you got to make some Intox Detox simple syrup. So the way I do that is I take this cure. I take the cure. Where's my camera? My space is smaller with your faces all up in my face. So I take this, I put 1 scoop, and I put 3 tablespoons of Truvia or a stevia blend and 4 ounces of water. And I shake it up real good. And this is my simple syrup to make my margarita with. Does that make sense? With me so far? Okay. So I'm going to share in the chat here the actual full recipe so people can get it and make it themselves, because you know what? I'm not your bartender. There we go. So I did that. But basically, the basic recipe is I use 1.5 to 2 ounces of silver tequila. I really like Espolon. Espolon's like, it's good enough to shoot and sip, but it's priced to make margaritas with. I tend to go with 1.5 because, you know, they taste so good that it adds up. I do 1 ounce of fresh squeezed or organic store-bought lime juice. 1 ounce of that simple syrup that I showed you. The game changer is this thing, the Madhava Agave 5 syrup. This is a game changer because you get the taste of agave, but it's only 1 gram of sugar. So you put in 1 to 3 teaspoons of this. Now, if you do 1 teaspoon, that's your 1 gram of sugar. But even if you go crazy and you put in 3 teaspoons, it's still only 3 grams of sugar in your drink. So still pretty damn good. And you do 3 dashes of orange bitters if you have orange bitters. If you don't have orange bitters, then you can use an 1/8 teaspoon of orange oil, which is just like you can buy in the spice section of the grocery store. And optional salt. And I always like 1 little splash of like a lime seltzer. So you put that all in a shaker, shake that bad boy up, and with some ice, and you get this. It's delicious and low sugar. And if you put the cure in it, then you don't have to worry about the hangovers. So that is our drink, for which we are going to do a toast. And so everybody grab a drink. And the toast for today is this. May you always have a clean shirt, a clear conscience, and enough coins in your pocket to buy a pint. Cheers.
Sláinte.
The funny thing is I don't have any of those things. Although my shirt is pretty badass, right?
Yes, it is.
Stronger drinks. When you buy the Stronger Drinks t-shirt, you gotta buy the size that's like 3 sizes too small, so that you can look like as strong as your drinks. Oh, Jerry says hi. Jerry's like one of my best buddies in Florida. Jerry, I love you. Okay. So that's our toast. We're supposed to give away a bottle of Intox Detox. So I still have not figured out a good way to do this. Kelly, ideas?
Well, what is the pool coming from?
So it's really just the people that are on the thing that are chatting. So far we got Jerry and we got Michael, who I didn't respond to. Sorry, I got a lot going on.
So you have a 1 in 3 chance of winning a free bottle right now. That's the odds are ever in your favor.
Seriously, may the odds never be in your liver's favor. Yeah, so I don't know, Letitia Williams, how I get that shirt? Oh, well, you just have to take it off me. No, we actually do have them. We actually do have them for sale on our site, and I'll try to find that and post it. Yeah, I made this shirt a long time ago, and I didn't understand why the world wasn't just like, what? This shirt is amazing, because everybody loves stronger, stranger things. See, I'm also drop that. No, but stronger drinks, stranger things, obviously is the thing. So yeah, we do sell it on our thing. We got to pick someone to give the bottle away. Last time I just gave it to Katie Bourgeois because she was actually like responding. So I don't know. We could have like a trivia.
So what? We got Jim, we got Jerry.
We got Jim, we got Jerry, we got Latesha Williams, and we got Michael Borrero.
All right. I mean, I feel like
sorry, Michael. I'm a jerk.
Butchering names.
So Jerry's asking, who are Donovan and Kelly? Donovan is my good friend, brother from another mother I went to school with in Slippery Rock University, where they taught me how to drink. And Kelly is my sister, my real sister.
I wouldn't say we taught you how to drink. I think it was probably it was mutual.
Genetic.
Yeah, we learned a great deal from each other.
Yeah. Well,
a combined learning experience.
I actually drink on those slippery rocks they talk about. Were you there with me, either of you?
At the actual slippery rocks themselves?
Yeah, there was that one place at the Slippery Rock Creek where not Marshall's place, but we would go and just sit out there on the rocks.
I don't know if I was ever involved in that or not.
I'm going to tell you something. They're not kidding with that slippery rock stuff. That stuff was slippery.
Those rocks are slippery.
I'm serious. Oh, there's Chuck Grelick. I think Chuck spent some time on the slippery rocks.
Chuck spent a lot of time in a lot of places up Slippery Rock. I'll out him right away.
All right. All right. So we're gaining people. So you got 5, right? We got Jerry. We got Jim.
Out of 20.
We got Lakeisha. We got Michael or Mike. Which one?
Do we throw Chuck in there, or is that family friend?
We gotta stop stalling because everybody's odds are going down by the second here. All right. Why don't you have everybody I don't know. Why don't you pick a number and have everybody pick a number on their chat?
No, I'm gonna do Google random number generator.
Oh, there you go.
So it's in the order of their
comments.
Comments, yeah. So how many? We said we had how many? Let me see. That's how I'm gonna do it from now on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so it's 5. It's 1 in 5 chance. It's actually pretty good. And the answer is, hold on, I didn't get my random number.
Well, the people listening are like, Andy, 2 minutes ago it was 1 in 3. What the hell?
I know.
That's good business. That's good business.
It's 5. So actually, that is Chuck. We gotta send it to Chuck.
All right, I'll give you my address and I'll make sure he gets it.
Yeah.
No, really, I would. It would give me an excuse to go see him.
Yeah, there you go. I want to hang out with him too.
I was gonna say, I don't think I've seen Chuck since my freshman year in college.
For those who did not win, though, I'm going to post this coupon code HH50. It's good for a couple of days. It's 50% off. HHH. It's Triple H. We're Triple H. That's what we are. 50% off at detox.com. Okay, I just posted that. So, all right, because I know we're going to get way carried away on chatting, and I definitely want to do that for a little bit. But let me go ahead and do my sobering facts, okay? Let me get those out of the way. Okay, because that's kind of fun, and then we can comment on it. So this is the part of the show when I start having a little bit more to drink, and then I go
off the rails.
Sobering facts. Okay, these are sobering facts. I'll do one, and then we'll get some commentary. Fact number 1: did you know, Donovan, orgasms can lower a woman's risk of heart disease, stroke, breast cancer, and depression?
there should be no excuse then. There should never be an excuse for a woman not to want to have sex. That age-old adage of, oh, I have a headache tonight. No, the headache?
Think of your health. Think of your health.
Exactly.
Think of your health.
Without your health, you have nothing.
All this time, I've been walking around for like 20 years of my life to bars trying to save all these women's lives. And, because
they're uneducated in that manner.
I'm like, here, just take my pills and I'll save your life. No, it's not working. Fact number 2, I found this to be interesting. Okay, the American, this is credible because it's from the APPA, the American Public Power Association, says that squirrels are the most frequent cause of power outages in the United States. Did you know that?
I can see that.
They actually have a factor called the squirrel index. So they have like a way of calculating how many times the power is likely to go out based on the squirrelage in the area.
Oh.
I found that to be kind of interesting. Turns out the peak times of the year for squirrel attacks, these are squirrel attacks, mind you. They're attacking the power grid. They've attacked the power grid more than Al-Qaeda ever did, that's for sure. Turns out the peak times of the year are May to June and October to November. We're right on the cusp. Guys, the squirrels are coming, okay?
Who would have thought? Hurricane season all rolled into one.
This old dog's not too old to learn new tricks. I just learned, stick to sex. Everybody likes the sex ones.
And it's good for your health. So
yeah. Well, it's good for somebody's health. I don't know. It's not helping me. But so
you gotta have sex to have it help.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm having sex. There's just nobody else around when I'm doing it. My health is fine, trust me. Although I am going blind. Grandma
You're
was
just
right.
not contributing to the health of society. I get it.
I'm trying my best. Okay. The third fact is that this is, I don't know. I just find this weird. Children of identical twins are genetically siblings, not cousins. So like if we were twins, our kids would be like brother and sister, not cousins. Isn't that weird? If we were identical twins.
That's bizarre.
Yeah.
So fraternal twins would still be cousins genetically then? Yeah, because they have different.
So listen, here's the explanation. Cousins whose parents are identical twins share 25% of their DNA instead of the usual 12.5%, while full siblings share 50% of their DNA. Half siblings share 25%. So the children of identical twins are legally cousins, but they are genetically half siblings.
Oh, God. Yeah,
Nobody gives a shit. Okay, we're done with that.
I'm gonna write this down.
Yeah, write that down. So what else do you guys want to talk about?
Well, sex was a good topic.
Yeah, well,
Not for Andy.
it's a little weird, talking sex with my sister.
You got a good point there, and I'm right in the middle of it. Yeah. Okay. Moving on.
You are literally in a like sibling sandwich on a sex conversation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm right in the middle of peanut butter jelly time.
You know who I heard make some good sibling sandwiches?
The Bennetts.
West Virginia.
Well, we're right in the middle of it. If you think about it. Virginia,
I'm about half an hour from West Virginia. I mean,
I love West Virginia, though. I have some of my best memories that I will never remember are in West Virginia. So people forget I went to college for a full year in West Virginia.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Fun fact. Before I came to Slippery Rock, yeah. Oh, yeah. So when you talk about how, if I taught you anything from West Virginia, it's, or when I came to Slippery Rock, it's what they did to me in West Virginia.
Okay.
And I'm
So
actually
you
over
were
it.
already corrupted by the time you got to us. You just evolved in the
Yeah, yeah.
I think we
But
all
my
did.
point was, I didn't want to make fun of West Virginia because I love West Virginia. So
I hear it's a fun state.
it's a good place.
So let's a little bit away from sex, but still naked. Let's talk Cornish Drive naked lap.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
good call,
yeah.
Cal.
Okay,
I
so
honestly say I never did a naked lap.
I did some naked laps.
just for people that are like don't know, like a lot of our Florida friends, I went to Slippery Rock University, as did both of these fine people, and but the thing was is that if you got shut out in beer pong, you had to run around the whole house naked, and we're in an apartment building, but it was kind of like a converted house that they converted into slums, basically. So what you would do is you get shut out in beer pong, and you just go run around the house naked, and that's what you do. And back then, there's no smartphones, so yeah, people would take pictures, but it's not like
Oh no,
Well,
no, no. Oh no. Do you remember the ginormous VHS video recorder that got pulled out?
yeah. Wonder if that.
Yeah. And then Ian made that video, and there was some very incriminating evidence from a couple incidences that occurred up in Cornish with the neighbors. Oh yeah. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to go into any further detail on that because we have a time limit here tonight. So moving on.
Yeah, there was a lot of weird stuff that happened there. It was a good time. I always remember, if you guys remember how I would just like walk around that place in my bare feet all the time. Like we were playing beer pong, we were partying, and that place was so disgusting. My feet would just be like, I think they're still a little black from walking around on that carpet. Like you just can't wash that off. It's just like beer and like.
I tried so hard not to, but you get drunk enough. I woke up with some black feet a few times.
Yeah, black feet, black heart, black soul,
black mold,
black liver, black mold. We had black mold. Yeah, we did.
At least we didn't get black lung.
That Frank Monteleone guy, that guy was a piece of work. Apparently he did not meet a good fate. Apparently, I heard.
Really, he passed away.
Yeah, I think he might have. I think he passed away like the way I have sex, if you know what I'm saying.
Before
like
you finish.
To himself.
Oh, wait, what?
It's a big downer.
What? I missed that.
I think he committed suicide.
Really?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh man, that's terrible.
It was one of those smart jokes. I said he died like I have sex. He did it to himself.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know the whole story, but actually, upbeat stuff. I went up there, and this is crazy to think. I was up in Pittsburgh in February of this year for the beer fest.
Actually, I was there with you, but I didn't go to Slippery Rock.
You didn't go to Slippery Rock with me. And you know what I'm going to say is it's upbeat stuff. I'm glad I went to Slippery Rock because like now, can you imagine going up there now? Like it just wouldn't be as fun. I just went up for like half the day, and I went to the brewery. There's a brewery on Main Street.
Mm-hmm.
It's right next to what do you call it? No. Camelot. It's right next to Camelot.
Yes. Is Camelot still there?
Yo, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh God, we gotta go eat at Camelot.
I think Donna's still there. Yeah, see, I wanted to like get a hotel and stay the night. I had to get back though.
We still got to find a way to have some sort of reunion up there. That would actually be a really cool thing. Get a couple of hotel rooms and get a group of us to stay up there for a weekend and just kind of. It's changed because, like I told you, Ann, back in the spring, my mom belonged to the Slippery Rock campground, and she just recently sold it off about 2 summers ago. But I always made it a point, at least once a summer, Kel, if I was up there with my mom at the camp, I'd wake up one morning, go to Camelot to get those big, huge sticky buns, just, cruise around the campus. I actually went and took a couple pictures with my youngest daughter behind Rhodes Hall, behind the dorm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But same thing, it's obviously, any place is going to change, when you're gone for as long as we have been. But it's
But behind roads, one of my memories is that's where we used to do our like semi-professional wrestling, like messing around.
Ludicrous Championship Wrestling. We were the LCW.
LCW.
I never lived in Rhodes. I only lived in Founders as a freshman, and then I got an apartment at Montleone Apartments, of course, like everybody else. And but remember my freshman year at Founders, y'all were already at Cornish, and I would bring all the freshman girls to the party. That was my job.
Oh yeah, yep. You were the Ghislaine Maxwell, but only like girls of age.
Oh God.
We had our own little like island there, but we obeyed most of the laws, I think, except for drinking. You know, there are definitely people drinking underage there,
oh, yeah.
but that's like college. That's everywhere.
How many times do we have that one police officer? I think he was from the borough that would show up, and he would play beer pong with us sometimes. Wouldn't drink.
Then he's not the one that gave us disorderly conduct for belting out Piano Man on the balcony.
No, but he might have been there one night when we did quote unquote get busted. He might have been with the whatever the group of police officers that did show up.
Yeah.
But I can't remember his name. He was always real cool. Him and Brophy used to chat back and forth about, you know, guns and weapons and things like that. But yeah, I remember him tossing a couple shots, you know, would never drink, but I remember him visiting us.
You know what else I remember that's kind of funny is you remember that kid that he was like, didn't they like steal our keg or something? Some group of young kids stole our keg.
I remember that somewhat.
And remember, this is funny because they peeled out so fast in that gravel driveway. They peeled out so fast they hit their bumper and their bumper fell off.
I forgot all about that.
And so Marshall goes out there and he's like, I'm keeping this bumper until I get my keg back. He's like, I want my deposit on that keg. So we kept their bumper, like we just kept it. I think it was just like sitting on the couch in the apartment for a couple of days. Like it's just like a bumper. And so
oh, sorry, Andy, go ahead. I thought you were done.
Yeah, it's pretty much over. They eventually came back and they're like, they brought the keg and they're like, hey man, we brought your keg back. Can we have that bumper, please? Because my mom's really pissed or something. And we were like, we're like this. We're like, we got the bumper and he's got the keg. It's like same time. Like we're not messing around. Like this is for real. Like this is like it was a total ransom situation. We were like, you're not getting this bumper back until we get that keg back. What were you gonna say, Kel?
You remember the death stare and the load of shit you would get if you broke one of the old German bottles?
Oh,
well, yeah.
The returnable bottles.
Yep. Those were Marshall's babies.
So what was Old German? It was like the bottom of what, the Icy Light barrel?
Yeah. And let's put it in context. So this is a beer that's like the bottom of the barrel of Iron City Brewing, you know, Pittsburgh, Iron City. And it's the bottom of their barrel, and the stuff is just terrible. But in context, we're all broke college students, and this stuff would cost like $12 a case. And it was
pounder bottles.
For pounders, yes, 16-ounce bottles, yeah. So you got 24 16-ounce bottles for $12. And to Kelly's point, if you don't break any of the bottles and you get they're returnable bottles, so you take your bottles back and you get $2 off your next case. So your first case is $12, but if you never break bottles, you're paying $10 a case for the rest of your life as long as you don't break bottles. And then, you know, of course, we broke bottles, so you know
bottles, stole shopping carts, you name it, we did it.
You lost a couple.
Superman dives into dumpsters. What?
Yeah, the Monongahela. Yeah. I don't know if you quite spelled that right, Jim, but it's a tough one to spell. I don't even know how to spell it, but yeah, he said made from the sparkling waters of the Monongahela. I don't know. It might be more like the yellow shit stains of McKees Rocks or something. I don't know.
Come on, man. That's right down the street from me.
I know. That's
100% true. That's why I picked it out.
But, you know, I learned by watching you. I've only heard you talk trash about McKees Rocks. That's why I'm just repeating what you said. So,
and it's gotten all the worse, you know. Yeah, it's a shame. But
I was also thinking, Donovan, you were there in spirit, but you missed out on some of the adventures and misadventures of our Intox Detox trips. So I was going to see if Kelly had any good memories about various Intox Detox trips that are maybe appropriate, but and embarrassing to me, but not maybe beyond the statute of limitations, if you know what I mean.
Oh God.
We got a ton. I was telling Donovan, I'll give mine first. I was telling Donovan about being in Dallas at the Big Texas Beer Fest and how I ended up in the fountain at the Cotton Bowl. It was after the Big Texas Beer Fest, and I came out, and I'd been doing samples all over the place, and I'd had quite a few, and I see a guy, and he's kind of hanging out right at the edge of this fountain. And this fountain is no ordinary fountain. It's like as long as a football field. It's like huge. And he's just sitting there and he's kind of splashing in the shallows. And I went up to him and I go, I could see it in your face. You're going to get in this fountain and I'm coming with you. And so me and him, we get in this fountain and it's about like waist deep when you get out in the middle of it. We're splashing around. Security guard comes up and he's like, did you guys get out of the fountain so I don't have to write some paperwork or call the police? And we were like, yeah, we'll get out. We'll get out now. Now's a good time. Don't call the police. So yeah, that was one of those ones where it was just, just a bit of fun, taking a little bath, as Jerry said, getting clean. Anything pop into your head, Kelly? I'm sure there's some Vegas stuff.
Oh my God, Vegas wasn't even in my head until now. Now you threw me off. I was thinking spring break stuff, but I mean that's more. Oh, yeah. That's more just generalized. I mean, let me tell you. You're not meant to go to a Panama City Beach, Florida spring break in your 30s. Okay.
No.
Oh, no. Yeah. The most disgusting thing. I mean, teenagers walking around with handle bottles of liquor on the beach and cutting their feet in the sand and just like absolutely disgusting. I mean, we took every refuge we could in like the local bar with all the people who were working the event that were like closer to our age. And at the same time, like me having children, I was like, my children are screwed. They're never, ever, ever, ever going to get to go to spring break because I have now seen it.
So yeah, my whole commentary on that. My whole commentary on that trip was I was like what 30, 34. And
no, I was 30. I was 33.
Okay, so I was 35. So I'm 35 and I go to spring break and I'm thinking like this should be awesome, but I'm forgetting that I'm not at the mental level of these, and the maturity level of these kids. So the whole time I'm just watching these kids run around and do all the same shit that I was doing then. And I'm going like, stop that, put that down. Like, that's dangerous. I turned into a total dad. And I'm like, this is like,
would you please just drink some water?
Yeah. To your point, the guy that came by with he had like a snake around his neck, and
I remember that guy.
Remember, and had to handle a fireball, and he comes up and I'm like, is that a real snake? And he's like, no, it's a fake snake. Touch it, and I touched it. I was like, that's a real snake. It was big too, and I was like, this dude to have that kind of confidence, just like, hey, I'm 19, I got a python on my neck, and I got a bottle of, a handle of freaking fireball, and like, who's this guy, like Kid Rock's kid, like what's going on here? But anyway, he didn't give a shit, and he was like you want a shot? And of course he calls me out because we had the tent on the beach next to in front of Club La Vila next to Trojan, and I'm like, yeah, by the age of 35 I learned to take a big swig out of a bottle and stick my tongue in the hole, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can make it look like I'm taking a real big drink and everybody cheering, but I'm like, I'm not dying today like you. I do believe, Kelly, that it was literally like a couple hours later, that same dude was just like laying against a tree somewhere. He was just like passed out, So anyway, But yeah, we remember we were.
Crazy thing is at that on that trip, I met a guy that was 12 years older than me that I ended up dating for what, a year? It was crazy.
Yeah, you know what's even crazier is that he built the climbing wall for the drunk kids that was next to us.
Yeah.
Hey, drunk kids, how's your drunk life going? Here, let's
climb
up this wall because you're hammered. It's like, and meanwhile it's Trojan, so it's like, Trojan, do your condoms? I hope your harnesses work as good as your condoms. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Andy, remember? Okay, so this guy, everybody loved him. We brought him to Talladega with us. We had an RV on the infield in Talladega, right? And he like helped us like fix the RV and all this other stuff. And I'm there with my brother, and I'm there with like my two other basic brothers that I grew up with, Andy's best friends, Kobe and Carrie. And we're all walking, and you know, I maybe was flirting with people because that's what we do when we pass out. We drink and we pass out hangover pills, is you flirt a little bit, right? And my boyfriend, he understood that. Man, Kobe pulled me aside, and I was expecting, when I brought this guy on this trip, I totally expected these boys to be like, give him shit. Like, oh my God, if you ever hurt her. Kobe pulls me aside. He has known Jim for 2 days. Kelly, if you ever hurt Jim, I swear to God. And I was like, you've known the guy for 2 days.
Oh my God.
I'm serious. You don't fuck with Jim, okay?
That kind of an impact.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But the other thing that's and that's hilarious. But the other thing that stuck out in my mind about Talladega was when you know, and of course, don't judge me, but they're like, hey, at 8 o'clock, we've got the girls wrestling in barbecue sauce. And I was like, wait a second. Were these girls captured or did they volunteer? Because that's different. Like, if they volunteered for that shit, you cannot blame me for watching it. You know, like, and
that's a whole different vibe. Yeah, if they're not a volunteer.
The barbecue sauce, I think, was the warm up, and then was the Jello. And honestly, I don't think I was close enough to really get a good look at it. But I mean, it definitely happened, and that's the kind of stuff that happens in Talladega. Like, people watch the movie and it's like Ricky Bobby, and it's like, okay, yeah, but you don't understand what it's really like to be in the infield of that. It's like Vegas in the middle of a racetrack. It's badass. It's so cool. People are so nice. Do you remember there's a one night, I think me and Kobe closed out the night walking down Talladega Drive. We each got a bottle of apple pie moonshine in our hand. And like, basically, like, I think we got back to the RV and somebody was like, where'd you get that?
People gave to you. Like, just,
yeah.
Here's some apple pie moonshine. Here you go.
They're handing out bottles of water, huh?
And I'm talking about like a mason jar, like not like a cup, you know, like it wasn't like somebody gave you a cup of Everclear at a college party. These guys were just handing out mason jars full of moonshine.
Man.
And it tasted like the junk you get at ABC, but it was like legit, actually. Like it tasted sweet, but it was like really hardcore. So that's the thing I was saying. And it might have been Jim, actually, but we got back to the RV at some wee hour and somebody was like, where'd you guys get that? And we're like, honestly, I don't know. It was like, we're just giving it away.
You're just drinking shit in a mason jar that someone handed you.
Exactly. I mean, again,
you can't really roofie a man, Andy.
Well, I've tried. Trust me now. No, crazy Talladega stuff. I don't want to stretch this too long. I don't know. Maybe we got a couple more stories in us. Did you anything ring a bell from Vegas? I'm trying to think. Gosh.
All I gotta say is I've got to go on one of these trips with you guys.
Yeah, you do. That's the thing is that's I actually sincerely I want to do these because I do miss actually like being out among people and like doing social stuff for Intox Detox, because it's really the best part of the whole thing. I mean, not just because it's fun, but because you actually connect with people.
I agree. That's since we've been back at the bar, I mean, limited capacity. Everybody has to be seated 6 feet apart, yada, yada, yada. Which is nice for me because I have room to work, not trying to push my way through a crowd to do my job. But at the same time, it kind of puts a little bit of a damper on the atmosphere too, because you actually want to see some craziness, you want to see some shit hit the fan, and you want to see some fun, and it just feels like everybody is hand tied to their chairs.
There's a local bar. There's a local bar here in Leesburg, Shenanigans. They have it's so much fun. They have this back patio, and you wouldn't expect it to be good because this bar is literally in a strip mall, right? But you walk out, and there's this wood deck and this awesome lighted bar, and there's like cornhole lanes and like giant Connect Four, and like awesome fun stuff. I tried to go there because they're open, but the entire outside is now filled with tables so that they can spread people out, and all of the fun stuff is gone. And
so here's what I want to say.
Definitely brings down the environment.
It does. We have a keg bar up in our outdoor deck on our second floor, and we were literally in the process of ripping out the keg bar this week just so we could squeeze in maybe 2 more tables.
Yep.
Here's what I want to say. I'm all about safety, and you can argue over restrictions all you want, but the only thing from my perspective of just being a person who likes, I like bars, I like events, I like going to breweries and wineries. I just like being around people in that situation. Not for too long. I get annoyed quickly and then I want to leave, but like for a little while, I like it. But now it's just like, now that you can't do it, that's why I'm thinking back to us going to Pittsburgh and doing Beer Fest in Pittsburgh. And like, it seems like we're in a different world now. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah. This was only a couple weeks after that when all that hit the fan. You're right.
Yeah. Cause we were there, the last weekend in February. And then my kids stopped going to school on March 11th.
Right. Right. Well, it's definitely going to be one of those years where everyone's going to be like, where were you when, such and such happened? And, and it's not over yet. It just keeps coming. So even more, I think, is important to like focus on positive things, get on here, talk to some people, stay human. Like, I think that's a big thing, is like, because it dehumanizes us when we're separated and we can't socialize. And, look, I'm 40 years old. I don't really care to go to bars all the time, constantly anyway. And actually, one of the great positive things is, this may be the first time you've seen it, Kelly, but this is our neighborhood garage bar that I'm broadcasting from here. Like, this would not exist if it were not for the situation, like.
Are you at Carrie's? I didn't realize that's where.
Yeah. So this is the K bar. Yeah. So, we got a little American flag back there. He's got the
so
TV
where's the K? Where's Carrie?
He's here. He doesn't really want to be on camera. So he stepped inside for a second. He'll be right back. But
he's shy.
So, we got the whole setup here. I mean, and this wouldn't exist, if it weren't for the situation. So, I mean, whatever. I'm always trying to find positives in it. I think maybe we could chat longer, and we should, but we should probably close out here because I don't want to go super long. But I've got one more toast to do. And so if you don't have a drink, get a little something to drink, and we'll do a toast. And anybody still on here that has a drink? This is the toast. And the second toast, I like to do something. Actually, let's all do toast. Donovan, do you have a toast?
I don't want to be sentimental and all, but
we'll do it. Who cares?
Well, no, I really treasure these moments. Kelly, it's good to see you. And Andy, it's I know we try and stay in touch as much as possible, but to see your face and everybody doing well and healthy,
you too.
It's a glorious thing. And we do. I want to get through all this bullshit just so we can make even more of an effort for all of us to get our group back together and relive the glory years, but create some new memories as well. So,
Absolutely.
Cheers, and I'll toast to that.
Kelly, you got something?
Wow. Yeah, just similar sentiments, right? I spent a whole lot of time at home with kids doing school and work, and it is really nice to have this change to be here to see people that care about me that I miss, and
Sure.
so just health and happiness to everyone, and I hope to see everyone more.
Wow. So I'm gonna swerve because I had a different thing, but based on yours, I think I have to swerve. So I've always loved that one Irish one. That's and let me just gather it for a second here. Let's see. Okay, so it's to the roof. May it never fall in, and the friends gathered below, virtually, never fall out. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, so thanks guys for hanging out. Stay on here. I'm just going to close this. So all these people, thanks for watching, everybody. But you guys don't get to stay for the rest of it. One of these times, we're going to get some of our customers on here, and they'll hang out too. But we're going to say goodbye, and we're going to have a third happy half hour next week. I'm going to try to keep going once a week. We might make it twice a week if we start getting some really cool guests. Donovan, last words.
I love you guys.
Kelly?
I just want to hang out with my brother and my friend now. Bye.
Bye. We'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.